Alright, and welcome to Space Warfare Infinite Plays. I'm Mike Dolan from Badgerhead Games, and I'm making a space game called Space Warfare Infinite. And part of the development process for me is playing a bunch of space games that I really enjoy and using them for inspiration and ideas for my own game. So I'm going to play a bunch of the games that I really enjoy and talk about what I like about them, what I don't like about them, and what I might be hoping to include or do something similar in Space Warfare Infinite. So tonight I'm going to show you Angels Fall First. It's a game that's been in development for a long time, but just recently came out on early access. You can see beautiful game already. This is built in the Unreal 3 engine, so it's not even Unreal 4, but the ship models and stuff are pretty awesome, the texturing and things. And the game is a hybrid of space combat and also first-person shooter. So I think the focus, a lot of it, is on that first-person shooter aspect. So some of that stuff kind of informs the flight models and stuff like that of the spaceships, but you can fly spaceships, capital ships, and all sorts of things, and then do some ground troop activities as well. So the ship that's flying by right now is the USN Swift, which is the main carrier that you fly off of. So pretty cool, giant kind of Battlestar Galactica-esque ship, and you can actually walk around all in it. These are all flight bays where the fighters can fly out of and stuff, and big turrets and things. And I'm not sure if this ship gets to warp into the battle scenes, but capital ships warp in as you do better. So let's open this up. Okay, so again, it's going to keep showing really cool background scenes. So there's a bunch of different scenarios that you can choose. Each one kind of drops you into a different part of this conflict. I'm guessing they're putting in more maps. I'm not sure if this one was here before, but so there's a couple space ones and a couple ground ones. So I want to show you, since this is Space Warfare Infinite plays, I'll show you the space one first. So this one is called I don't even know what to call it, Zion or something similar to that, but you basically have to attack this space station, and you can choose bombers and different types of fighters to start off, and then you can get a Corvette if you do well. I'm playing offline, but this game is definitely made for a team multiplayer that has a whole kind of commander strategy component, and then also, like, so you have to take over different parts of the maps, you control different things. So as a team player, you can kind of specialize and get different weapons and things like that that can support your team, and you don't have to win the game all on your own. So definitely requires help. So one of the problems with playing with the bots is they're not that great to actually complete the missions, but every now and then you get lucky. So one of the cool things about Angels Fall First is that the first person perspective means you can walk around all the big ships. So we're on the USN Swift, and this is the briefing room. There's a big holographic display that tells you kind of what the battle is going to be like ahead. So it shows you some of the enemy forces. So these are the big ships. There's also lots of little tiny fighters and stuff, but a battleship and some corvettes. I haven't seen the battleship fly in, but I have seen the corvettes fight in this battle. And then if you do well enough, you can get some of these corvettes to join you in the battle or control them yourself. So pretty cool. I think this frigate has like beam weapons and stuff like that. So I have gotten to try that out before. And then this is the thing we're trying to invade. And it gives you some holographic text telling you this is a floating fortress and has lots of old but still powerful point defense weapons and things like that. So if you get too close to this thing when you're trying to blow up certain targets, they'll hurt you. So there's a galaxy map here, pretty cool. If you get close enough, you can actually read the different stars. I don't know if they're planning on making maps for this whole thing, or maybe relying on players to mod it. You can actually walk all around this this ship. So here's another kind of galactic map. And then there's all these guys. You can't interact with the guys, but still it's kind of neat. There's also a gun range that you can try out all the different weapons. I have this big gun, which I like to use, but in the space mission, I probably won't get far enough to actually use that. But I'm going to click the play briefing.
We've been given Colonel Bradley's mess to clean up.
So you can see in the middle.
The Colonel's failure to successfully negotiate a settlement in the Ixion system yesterday ignited into a full-blown military action on a civilian installation. You already know of the appalling loss of life in yesterday's action, but today's news is that the Antarian faction have declared the Halifax station to be under their protection.
This Halifax station is what we're invading, and this is kind of the area map. So all of these structures are out there, and we're supposed to take down all these things. So I'm not gonna wait for that to. You don't have to wait for that.
Will likely throw up some fighter cover of their own, so watch yourselves.
So you just get in the elevator.
When the mines are clear, we'll be able to jump in the battleship and support a dropship run on the station's maintenance.
This is where you get an option to be in charge. I don't want to be in charge, so I'm going to let the AI do that.
Once inside, we anticipate stiff resistance. The key area is the central maintenance core where we control power to the whole station.
Exploding and stuff.
However, this area is blocked off with grav shields, so you'll have to gain control of 3 security stations located at equidistant points around the perimeter. Secure these points, you can shut off the shields.
Cool about this game is that you spawn inside the aircraft hangar and you get to choose what kind of ship to fly. So you'll see all the different troops are jumping in. Ships. I'm waiting for a fighter. Everyone's taking it. So this is a katana fighter. You can outfit it. You can look at it. It's pretty cool. It just has guns, no missiles or anything, but it's good for chasing down other fighters. So I just want to show that off, and then maybe I'll switch to a bomber and show you how to take out some of the targets. So again, heavy on the cutscenes, but I think it's pretty effective anyway. You get pretty good detailed actual fighting areas even after. So I can see a lot of guys out in the distance. Why did that show up? Okay, so all the grayed out ones are the so if they're blue, they're good. If they're red, they're bad. Obviously. So fighters obviously are zipping around really fast. I really like about this game, especially in the ground battles, you really do feel it. It's not dead yet. But at the same time, this plane model's a little bit fast. Space and stuff, so it's hard to keep your gun on target and things like that. It's not quite as easy as ground combat. The one cool thing about space combat is that actually your guns are pretty powerful, so it seems easier to get kills in space combat compared to where's this guy? It's easier to get kills in this space combat mode. So these fighters are good at chasing down stuff. This is down on the bottom left there, it tells you what it is. Okay, so I just ran out, or I ran out of bullets. So even when you're in a fighter, which is an interesting concept. I guess it kind of comes from the first person shooting. explosions to be pretty cool in this thing, but when your ship explodes, it's quite a it's a little glitchy. One thing turned out when they're chasing down everyone else's crashing into the stations. There's also a yellow bar, a yellow circle, right in the middle of my screen. That shows how high my window is. Is always chasing. Sometimes I get confused. You should be shooting. You should be. You actually have to wait till everything aligns. So I'm flying around this base. They've got. Okay, so that is.
Reinforcements are low.
So that was those are missiles. I can't remember how to use my flare missiles. That took me out there. Very nice. So when you get killed, you just deploy back into the hangar. Sometimes there's another ship available. So yeah, I really like being able to walk around the ship and stuff. It adds that kind of level of immersion. So this is a bomber. You can see I really like the ship models too. I didn't get a chance to show off the fighter ship model, but this thing has torpedoes, so it doesn't have a lot of torpedoes, but it can do some damage to the enemy targets. So if you want to win this level, you need to blow up all of these pieces of the space station itself. So even though I'm I got 50% on there. So you can actually spawn in different parts of this ship, but it's not really useful, see, because we're flying through hyperspace. So this ship's not in the battle itself. But there is a bridge. Where's the bridge? So yeah, you can mess with all this stuff. So if this was in battle right now, you could actually control it. And be in charge, but it's not in play, so you can't. But I like this idea as well. I have a different idea for how to actually run a capital ship like this, but so it wouldn't be quite like this. And then this is like a gunner position. This is good for multiplayer.
We're standing by waiting for orders.
So you could, take over the rail guns and things like that on that ship, but I kind of feel like some of commanding a cap ship from the bridge itself should be somewhat of a point and click and give orders to other folks on the ship, I guess. Base is on fire, which is cool, but I never seem to be able to actually win this fight. And this guy is just awesome. Let's see if he's got so I'm getting my gun. So that's the space portion. We will so my favorite kind of ground battle is this city, which I think is really cool. So I'm gonna skip the briefing, but I'll show you.
Forward for the
So,
United League. Commanders issuing orders. We're standing by waiting for orders.
So
We're standing by
it's a
waiting for
very
orders.
cool, unique kind of world. This is something I've been thinking about for Space Warfare Infinite. Like a lot of my programming has been about doing kind of procedurally generated universe and stuff like that, just like a lot of the games that are out today. But I don't know, there's something about having unique locations that a designer gave a lot of love to. So playing Mass Effect and stuff like that, where you feel like, oh, that's what asteroid counting is awesome, rather than just have like 1,000 infinite locations of asteroid bases that are all the same with one mission computer. Like, it's kind of cool to have places that you really kind of thought out. How am I going to get over there? Having unique places to go and visit with unique cultures. Like, why do we watch Star Wars and Star Trek and those things? We want to go to these far off places and stuff, and it feels better when those are thought out. That's the thing about this game with the first-person perspective.
Check hands on display. Commander issuing orders.
Yeah, so having unique locations, that's something I'd like to do. I just want to go to a bunch of puzzle pieces and generate a million different things, but it's a lot of trying to model texture in unique locations, but And I don't know, I really like first person. So, there's something about Quake 2 being landing in a drop ship in the giant enemy mines. That was just such a So it would be cool to add this kind of component to Space Warfare Infinite as well. It's just, you know, I'm only one person, so the scope is pretty huge. Alright, why not? Close to that, I guess I have attack maps on the tab. I guess I can just escape. There we go. So, people complain about how complicated this thing is. For this, so it's kind of tough to figure out what I'm trying to climb through or where I am. Okay, so now I can tell all of my squad to attack my target, and then I'll just follow them. Hopefully. And, definitely in Space Warfare, I think this, So anyway, usually I'm victorious in this one, but I'm going to cut it short for now. So this is Angels Fall First, and it's a combination of a space game and a first-person shooter. I like that you can go around inside the ships and get on planets and bases and things like that and run around in first person and climb into your ships. I think the ship models are really cool. Not sure I like the way that the ships are controlled and stuff like that, but the UI is pretty neat. Lots of cool stuff about this game. I really like that there's all aspects of the warfare and stuff like that going on. So definitely one of the places I've thought of as an inspiration for Space Warfare Infinite, and hope to implement some of the things that they're doing in here that are cool with my game. So look for more Let's Plays, and look for Space Warfare Infinite demo soon, I'm sure. Alright, thanks a lot.